Okay, I am really excited tonight to have Dr. Jennifer Rankin, actually, sharing some of her takeaways that she got from the Business Mastery at Tony Robbins. And if you're not familiar with that, that is a very intense course that you go and you basically are there almost 24 hours a day working on just really developing your whole mindset and how do you create a business that rocks, and a lot of it is personal growth. So Jennifer's a dentist. She lives in Elizabeth now, Colorado, and she has a dental practice with her husband, which I believe it's not really Aurora anymore, is it, Jen? Is she here still?
Yeah, we can't hear her. She muted.
Sorry, my dog was playing my toy with a toy, and it's a puppy.
Oh, that was you squeaking. We can't have that.
I know.
So are you guys not in Parker?
So I live in Franktown, but the practice is still considered Aurora, but Centennial. I mean, it's all kind of the same, Yeah.
So you've been a dentist for 20 years, over 20 years?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. And she's been with Juice Plus with us for a long time. And so I'm really excited for you guys to hear what she has to say tonight. And I'm going to just turn it right over to you, Jen.
Okay. All right. So, well, thanks everyone. I'm excited to share some of this, and I hope that you guys know that I'd like it to be interactive. So there'll be certain questions I ask, and if there's questions that come up or things that you want to know, please feel free to interrupt me. I'm sure this will not take an entire 30 minutes to kind of go through. The course itself, it was 5 days. So this is just like this little bitty snippet of some things that I thought maybe would be valuable for everyone on the team. And I think that as we're all learning, to master this business and so forth, that maybe this was timely. And it was interesting because I have to say, when I went initially, my thought was, okay, well, my husband and I are going, so I'll let Mike kind of go to this with his like dentist cap on, and I'll go to this like with my Juice Plus cap on. And I found that when I was there, I kept falling back into the dental piece, and things would come up. And so I some of the exercises and things that we went through kind of fell back into the dentistry. I don't know if it's just because, I don't know why, it just felt that way. But now that I've kind of gone back through and looked at some of these concepts, I can so see how this completely fits into obviously any business, but even specifically network marketing. So with that, like I said, if you have questions, please ask, and we'll get started. So basically what I'm going to talk about tonight are what he calls the 7 forces of business mastery. So I'm just going to pop those up here really quick. Let's see, I got to move some stuff around here. Sorry. It's coming up. All right, so can you guys see this at all?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Is it?
And scroll down just a little bit, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to try to do here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I can try to slide it this way too.
You're fine. It's great.
There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay. So when we start with these 7 forces, he kind of puts it in as a check mark. And I think what's really interesting is that the number 7 goal on there, when you look at that, is to constantly create raving fans and culture. And like, we just hear that, almost every conference, right? We're trying to create raving fans and a raving culture. So I thought it was interesting that's number 7 in the check mark, but that's the ultimate goal. It's not that it's the least important, that's the ultimate goal, is to create that raving fan culture. So one of the questions is, so how do we get there? And when you look at the first number 1, it says, know where you really are and create an effective business map. And knowing that, he gives us 5 critical questions that we need to think about. So let me pull that up for you guys here real quick and share that as well. Okay. So you see that? Okay. So one of the first questions is, what business are you in, and what business are you really in, and how is your business? And one of the exercises we went through on this was, he would say, what business are you in? And then what business are you really in? Because, for example, I could say, well, I'm in the Juice Plus business, or I'm in network marketing, right? You just kind of fall into this kind of blah, that's what I do. But then if you try to go and really think about what you do, I mean, what do we do? It could be different for everybody, but you could say, I help people flood their bodies with fruit and vegetables so that they have the energy and vitality to do the things they want to do when they want to do them. As opposed to just saying, oh, well, I help people get healthy, or I work with Juice Plus, or I'm in network marketing. So really kind of being clear and creating something, and we've talked about that before, creating that, that interest, right? So I don't know if somebody said, what do you do? What would some of you say?
I share the truth about health and wellness.
Yeah. So anyone else?
So there it is.
Hey, I would say something like, I help people get healthy and stay healthy and have the energy that they want to do all the things they want in life. And I help their friends, I help them help their friends do the same.
Right. Yeah. So it gives them a little bit more interest than just being, I'm in network marketing, or I help people with their health, or I work with Juice Plus, So creating that and really knowing not just what you do, but what business are you really in, and being able to identify, where are the gaps between where you want to be and where you are now. What does your business need to grow, and what business do you need to be in to have, an extreme competitive advantage? The second question, and this all is just at that first check mark about knowing where you are, is, why did you get in the business originally? And why are you still in it? And what do you hope to get from the business long term? And I think these are all questions that you can go back and answer no matter where you are in this business, because things change over time. And the third question that's important is, who are you? Who do you need? Who do you need to get rid of? And, when you think about our business, how many times have we talked about, sometimes, you want to work with the workers, right? So you don't necessarily have to get rid of somebody, although sometimes there are those people that you do just need to say, you know what, maybe it's time. But that allows you to focus on where you need to be, and then really knowing who your client is, who your client needs to be, and what are the needs of our clients. And then the fourth question is, where are you? And I think this one, it kind of falls more into what the Juice Plus company does for us themselves, because, they bring us the information about like where we are in the economy, where we are in the industry, they track all those things for us, which is really cool, right? We just get to go out and create these raving fans and find the people we need to help, and they kind of track this piece about where we are. But at the same time, maybe looking at this is, you can still look at where you are, maybe where you are in the business, or where are you, and maybe what you need from that business in terms of the economy. So it still applies. And then also really looking ahead and knowing what's next, and knowing what's going to create a compelling future for you, no matter where you are. So taking stock in that and creating that. And this growth plan piece, that could be a whole nother topic. But basically, do you have a growth plan, a 30 to 300% growth plan, or maybe it's less, and how do you, how do you want to look at that? Whether it's, maybe having people that are starting with, have just been taking the capsules forever. Maybe you want to introduce them to the bars or the complete, because if they buy other products and find that there's other products that they like that we have, that's going to help your business grow, right? And help your bottom line. you know, knowing what your reward system is. And we do this almost every conference, but what do we want to achieve? Usually it's the next, 3 months, 6 months, and a year, 5 years down the line. So that's a lot that kind of goes into that first question mark. So does anyone have any questions about this or comments?
Well, I love this. I'd love to get a graphic of this that we can put up and I'd love to revisit this like every time we have a conference, because it's such a great way to reset sail and really focus in on what you need to focus in on, and also get excited about what we're working on, right?
Right. Yes.
And the other thing too, I love that in the beginning of what you said on number 1, you know, what business are you in? I really think we all need to embrace, we're inspiring healthy living around the world by helping people to flood their bodies with fruits and vegetables so that they can have a compelling future down here at the bottom, right?
Right.
So, I think if we really can tap into the fact that we're on an amazing mission, we have the opportunity to be a light for so many people. And like Melanie said, we help our friends get healthy and teach them how to as well. What a cool thing, so I love this, Jen. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. So, again, I think no matter where you are in your business, you can always ask yourself these questions and review them. So I'm just going to put that other graphic up and we'll go through just a couple kind of these other check marks, so to speak. So let me see if I can slide this over just a little bit.
Can I interrupt here real quick, Jennifer?
Sure.
On this first one of like, where am I and where are my gaps? I think we talk about that a ton with our product, and this kind of leads into what we're going to start doing this 7 weeks of training with the GoPro, is like identifying our gaps in the skills that we need to be professionals out there in. Yes, we're inspiring healthy living, but I think there's some pieces of network marketing too that I think there's some skills that I have some gaps in that I can become better in.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think there's probably a lot of us that fall into that, because I think because so many of us do kind of start with the product and we just get this huge belief in the product and we just know how amazing it is and it's easy to do that. But, building those, learning those business skills and doing that, there's probably a reason there's a degree, right? It's this 4-year degree to get.
Right.
So when some of us that don't have maybe that background in business, there are some skills that we need to look at. So, yeah, definitely. I think there's gaps there. So in the second piece is that constant strategic innovation. And basically what he defines that piece is just kind of, looking for ways to improve what you already have, right? And I think that might be maybe the way you're communicating with your clients, right? The way you're communicating with your customers. Or maybe communicating with your team, or like from the Juice Plus standpoint, the company itself. They're always looking to improve what we can offer, right? So you look at that, the bars, and then even when those came out, now they're looking at, hey, how can we maybe make a different one and one that's better? Or how many times did the Complete go through a couple different transformations before we kind of finally got it tweaked the way we really liked it? And they still look at ways to improve that. And, and now looking at those omega-3s. So just that whole innovation piece. And it doesn't mean that you have to change everything around and once everything's good, you're done. But, just tweaking things here and there. And like I said, we could do that within our team, within our business, or just looking at what our own company does for us, which is so cool. The third one is, are people familiar with the term CANI, C-A-N-I?
Constant and never improvement.
Jen?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so constant and never ending improvement, right? So when he talks about the CANI of world-class marketing and product promises, He says it's finding a way to add intangible value that goes beyond what anybody can really measure. So it's the ability to find a way to do more for your customers than absolutely anybody else and to consistently maintain that standard. So, you know, when I think about that with our business, I see like what Mitra Ray did, how she was able to put together like the T30 program. I see it in the One Simple Change. I think that there's, you know, that mission-driven system that kind of were all things that we were doing, but it kind of put it into a different perspective so that we had a different way to market what we offer, right? So, and looking at like the mobile business card, right? Those are just all things that we can do that help to differentiate and set a different standard, you know, for us. And then in terms of the sales systems, the constant never-ending improvement of the sales mastery systems, that's being able to anticipate what your audience wants. And I think from here, our company does such a great job of doing that, right? So I think that that's why they're now looking at the omega-3s. Like, how can we offer something else that we know people are looking for that still is within the realm of what our goals are as a company, you know, and as a business, right? Offering this plant-based nutrition to our customers. And I think also just even the One Simple Change and the mission-driven system, all those things are just systems, right, to help us to provide that next level, whether it be to our team or to our customers. And then the fifth thing is constant anticipation of the power of financial and legal analysis. So with that, you know, it's where is the Juice Plus business? Where is the business? Where is it going? And what are the potential blind spots? And that could be, again, that could be what our, you know, our bigger Juice Plus company, the Juice Plus company itself is looking at. But you can also look at that within your own personal business, right? What are some of the potential blind spots that are coming up? Is there something coming up with your team? Is there, you know, where are things going? Or do you find team that's falling off? So really trying to be able to look at that yourself and staying in touch, I think, with your team and being able to be there for them. You know, and just kind of look ahead on that. And then the sixth thing is constant optimization and maximization. So this is inspiring and mobilizing your team to focus on the biggest opportunities for incremental improvements and to create and implement a clear plan. So when we're listening to our leaders and taking that home and taking that to our team, and I think one of the biggest things that they talked about with this optimization is that this doesn't mean that you have to have some like major change. It's those small incremental things that you're doing that over time will allow you to reach your goals and get to the top of wherever you're going and whatever your plan is. So it doesn't have to be some huge thing that you're working on. It's those small things that we're doing on a daily basis that are ultimately going to help us reach our goals. And again, then that final goal of just creating that raving fan and raving culture. And when he talks about the raving fans, I mean, that would be for us, like our customers, our raving fans, and our culture also is just our team, right? So if our team, hold on, sorry, just 1 second.
Don't you love that we get to do this with kids and dogs and kids?
Sorry, I have no family here and I have interruption of my puppy. Okay, so I took the toy away. So anyways, but the culture too is, you know, you want that team culture to be raving and you want your customers to be raving. So it's not, you know, you have to have both. And I think we all kind of know that, but I think that's, you know, one of the big things. And like I said, the Juice Plus company takes care of much of this little check mark for us. You know, we get to go out. I think we have our own little piece of each one of these within our own team. But a lot of it too, on a bigger scale, is what our company's doing for us in terms of innovation, marketing, sales systems, They take care of a lot of that. So it's really cool because we get to go out there and take advantage of what they're creating for us and just get out there and share the message. So any comments, questions, anything on that so far? Because I'm almost done.
That's all good stuff.
Okay.
Jennifer, it's all great stuff.
Oh, thanks. So one of the things that he talked about, and I'm curious what you guys think. So if you think about like what's the outcome of a business enterprise? Anybody have any ideas on what you might say to that or how you might answer that?
Well, that could be answered in a lot of different ways depending on kind of why you're doing this, especially with Juice Plus. So some people, it might be that they create income, and other people, it might be that they make a difference and put a footprint on the planet for doing that. Other people might say it's personal growth.
Yeah, so you're right. There's a lot. And he talks about, the outcome of a business enterprise. I'm just going to read this to you guys. And then you'll find a lot of what you just said, Reagan. He just kind of broke it down into different things. So he says, to create a sustainable system that allows you to consistently increase the quality of your life and the lives of the people you serve. Ultimately, this can mean freedom and fulfillment. The challenge is that most people get caught up in the vehicle instead of the outcome.
Beautiful. Okay,
right?
We'll put that up on our little Facebook group too.
Okay. And he says, the purpose of an enterprise is twofold. One, it's to transform the quality of life for your customers and engender a value system. You must serve your clients in a totally unique and special way and consistently give them what they want and need. And secondly, it's to make a profit. But remember, if you make a profit, but you fail to meet the customer's needs, you won't be in business long term.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
And then what makes a business grow? Consistently adding more value than anyone else is adding in the market. The secret is that you must fall in love with your customers, not your products. I think that goes back to that whole, why we do what we do and our mission, right? Our mission isn't just to get out there and like sell, 25 boxes of Juice Plus tomorrow, right? Our mission is to inspire healthy living, to help people to optimize their health, to be happy, to have vitality. The products are the vehicle that get us there, but it's why we do it.
That's right.
Right? Like Simon Sinek, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I love this one too, is the difference between a job and a business. If your business is organized to meet your needs instead of the needs of your customers, you ultimately have a job and not a business. You must differentiate between the purpose of the business and your own personal objectives, what you want to get out of the business. So I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. So any comments, any questions, anything on that?
Jen, this is Missy. I love that what you just said. We got to fall in love with our customers, not our business. I think that's a beautiful statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your team, I think your team, as you build a team, they're your customers too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
So I think a better way is to think about who do we get to serve.
Right. Yep, for sure. And another thing that we discussed, and I think it was a little bit of an eye-opener, somewhat, I guess, for me, is that he talks about what aligning yourself with your gifts of service. Okay. And so there's 3 gifts of service that he talks about, and it's important to know where you are in that, because then you need to find those that maybe have those different gifts to surround you and complement you, because then together you'll all work better. So I'm just going to read really quick what the 3 gifts are. And then I'm curious, I'd like to see what each one of you, or whoever wants to comment, thinks that you would be. And then I'd like to go through the definitions, because I think for me, when they first came out, what I thought, and then after I read the definition, they were 2 totally different things for me. So I'd just be curious. So the 3 are a skilled producer, a manager leader, or an entrepreneur. So just based on those three, again, skilled producer, manager, leader, entrepreneur, does anyone have like, hey, this is what I am?
Jennifer,
Yeah.
It's Sue. I was going to, hi. Good job, by the way. I was going to say for myself, I would probably take myself out of the front too and put more of an entrepreneur, because I've had to run my own. I've never worked for anyone. I've always worked for myself since 1980, and I've always had a fitness business, and I've had to start over in 3 different areas and create myself and put myself out there. And so I think for me, I think I would put myself into that entrepreneur area for sure.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hey, Jennifer, this is Audra.
Hey.
Hey, so I think that I would put myself as a skills producer, because just in general, being a physical therapist, learning a whole bunch of skill sets to treat patients, and then also, even though I do have a small business, learning that skill set to have a small business and then to have a network marketing business is a whole nother skill set. So I probably need to look into optimizing my management leadership skills into an entrepreneur mindset versus just a whole bunch of skills that I'm trying to master.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Hey, Jen, are you going to share your screen anymore?
Pardon?
Are you going to share your screen anymore?
No.
Will you unshare your screen?
Yes, I will. Yeah. Yes, I will.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So here's the definitions. So a skilled producer, he says, is extraordinary talent, consistently meets the needs of the community they serve in a sustainable way. The manager leader consistently manages and meets the needs of the skilled producers, so they consistently meet the needs of the community in a sustainable way. And effective leaders have the management skills, but managers don't necessarily have leadership skills. So you have to cultivate and find your leader. And then the entrepreneur is the creator and keeper of a vision. They attract and effectively engage managers and leaders. They have enormous risk tolerance, and they're able to personally weather the economic and emotional ups and downs of the business and be willing to take significant personal risk. They work with managers and leaders to create and build a system that consistently empowers skilled producers to meet the needs of the community they serve in a sustainable way.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because I think many of us, I don't know, maybe that's not true. I shouldn't say many of us. I always felt like when I thought about people that did like network marketing or just, I kind of put them in that whole entrepreneurial piece, right? So that people that did that were entrepreneurial because they're just kind of going against the grain a little bit. They're trying something different. They're just taking a risk and kind of doing something. But I think for me, when I read that definition, I'm definitely not a risk tolerance person. I do not have high risk tolerance at all. And I'm not willing to weather that storm. And so I really looked at it. Like you, Audra, I'm definitely the skilled producer. I have what I do as a dentist. I mean, that's really at the core what I do, but it doesn't mean I can't learn some of those skills, to get me to do some other things. So anyway, I thought that was kind of a, for me, somewhat interesting that you read that, for me to eye-opener to see where I was.
So can I change mine now and go back to being a skilled producer instead?
Sure.
I'll go back to that because I work with the community and do that and work with Juice Plus to become better at my skill sets there, but certainly more of a skilled producer for sure.
Yeah, I know. And that's kind of, I was exactly where you were. Like, I'm like, oh, for sure. I mean, I have to be, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, no, that's not me. So yeah. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's really all tonight that I had to share. Hopefully you all can take something away that will help you move forward in your business, tweak your business a little bit more, or something personal, whatever. But I just hope you guys got some little takeaways from that. So
great.
I think it was
Thank
great.
And
Thank you so much.
Awesome stuff, Jennifer. That was great.
Oh, thank you.
will you post up the, can you take a screenshot of a couple of those and put them up for us?
Yeah, so do you want like the check mark thing and then those 5?
Yeah, it'd be great.
And I mean, I can take a picture of the skilled producer thingy. I mean,
That'd be great.
want that? Okay.
I want the part that says, what's the outcome of a business entrepreneur or enterprise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Create income, make a
Yep,
difference, personal growth.
Yeah, what's the business enterprise? What's the purpose? Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, Jen. That was fabulous. And thank you guys all.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Yes,
Jen.
it was great.
Yep,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Make sure you get your
Thanks,
go
Jen.
next week. And we're going to get started with the 7 weeks. So please invite your teams
Okay.
to come in and participate in that, okay?
And before you hang up, we have a new person on there. If she'll wave, it's Samantha.
Hi,
Oh, hey.
Samantha.
Hi,
Thank you for
Samantha.
your video. How are you?
Hi,
Welcome to our team. We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited. It's fun.
I heard you're already rocking it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We love that. Go ahead, Beth.
Right.
How long have you lived in Gunnison?
I grew up here.
Awesome. So you know lots of people then.
Yeah.
That's all good. And who's this little cute peanut next to you?
This is my son. Can
Hi.
you say hi?
No way. Well, we look forward to having you here and love seeing your face. So thanks for plugging in, and make sure you get your GoPro book so we can, get you going in the right direction. That's a great thing to start with your, first getting started. That's going to be really good for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.